Hey, welcome back to the lab at Pickleball Central. My name is Joseph, and today we are going to dive into two of the most important paddle metrics, and that's going to be swing weight and twist weight. So historically, when people are talking about pickleball paddle weight, they're probably talking about static weight, which is just going to be the weight of the paddle if you were to put it on a scale. Now, while this is an important metric to start with, it's not the most important weight metric when we're talking about paddles. What's far more important is how heavy the paddle is going to feel while swinging it, as this is how it's going to be used most of the time on the court. The common way to explain this is a hammer. So if I were to put this hammer on the scale, a certain number would come up. Now, if I were to swing the hammer like normal from the end, it's going to feel pretty heavy and powerful. Now, if I were to turn it on its head and grab it from the head, swing it this way, it's going to feel pretty light and maneuverable. But if I were to try and hit a nail with it, it probably wouldn't be that powerful. So the same exact concept applies to pickleball paddles. The more weight is distributed towards the head of the paddle, the more powerful it's going to be, but it also might be a little more sluggish and not quite as maneuverable. Conversely, if the weight's further towards the handle, you're going to get a lot of maneuverability, but you are going to sacrifice some power. Now, these are a lot of numbers and examples. The important thing to remember here is that a higher swing weight is going to equal more power potential, but some less maneuverability. A lower swing weight, high maneuverability, a lot of people like to say fast hands at the net, but you are losing some power potential. Now, there's a sweet spot in there for every player, and it's going to change depending on your game and who you are. The twist weight actually measures how difficult it is for the paddle to twist on the vertical axis. Now, what this means for your game is a paddle with a higher twist weight, when a ball hits off center, the paddle is actually going to be affected less. A paddle with a lower twist weight, when you hit the ball off center, the paddle is going to twist more. And what happens to the ball is that energy is lost from the paddle and probably not go where you intended. A lot of players could benefit from a higher twist weight paddle, but just like swing weight, it's important to note that adding too much weight or getting a paddle with too high a twist weight for your game could slow down your hands and make it harder to adjust the paddle face where you need it to be. There is a balance in there for every player, but it's important to be able to vocalize and understand the concept of twist weight so that you know what changes you need to your paddle or what different characteristics you want in a paddle that you're thinking about buying. Thanks to our partners at Head, we're going to be able to post these numbers on swing weight and twist weight for every paddle that comes through the door and most of the other paddles in our warehouse. Now, what this means for you is that you're going to be able to look at your paddle at home and compare that to the paddle that you're thinking about purchasing or the one that you just tried at the courts. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you learned something about twist weight and swing weight today and how it's going to affect your game and hopefully help it. If you have any questions about this or any other pickleball paddle topics, please let us know in the comments down below. We will catch you next time at the lab at Pickleball Central.